FM, a rare and valuable radio frequency. With this discovery, the search was over and maximum satisfaction guaranteed. Diamond 88.7 FM, we shine supreme.
In the finest city of Ilori lies a secret.
Diamonds 88.7 FM.
Radio like no other.
88.7
Tune in and discover these flavors. Simply relax, close your eyes, and enjoy the sounds. Get it into your system. Diamond 88.7 FM. Radio like no other.
It's 4 minutes going past the hour over 9 o'clock on the AM side, and say good morning and thank you for staying with us at Diamond 887 FM in Lorry. This News Sponge, a news and current affairs compilations of topical stories making the rounds. I'm your host, Precious Afolabi D, and you're welcome to the trending headlines. Tinubu nominate Ramat as next CEO, to others as commissioners. Face visa applications platforms to eliminate ID fraud on authorized agents. WAEC withdraws the 2025 WASSCE result over technical glitches. And away from the educational scene, INEC gets 151 party registrations. Request begins screening. NLC firms over incessant arrest of Sowore, says Nigeria, not a police station. NCAA asks AGF IGP to prosecute Kwam1 for unruly behavior. Special promotions police cautions officers against lobbying IGP. PSC. The North accept Peter Obi understands its single-term proposal, ex-IPAC. Bandit leader Torji confirms peace talk, slams cleric. Negotiations with bandits increased banditry in Niger, Bago. 30 villages protest against banditry in Zamfara. Moving on to Osun State, Osun government urges mother to prioritize infants over husbands in breastfeeding campaign. Gunmen killed 2, abduct 3 in Kwara. Moving on to the foreign scene, Trump's demands a new U.S. census as restricted war spread. The U.S. seeks to stamp out IVIX cosmetics procedures, including the Brazilian bath lifts. A missing Pakistani man's body found on Melty Glacier. And moving on to the water sports, Ghana releases names of copter crash victims. Of course, Barcelona strip star stagings of captain's armband as the Ballon d'Or Ndoze Madugu nominated for Best Goalkeeper Women's Team's Coach Award. And those are the major headlines making the rounds today. It was compiled and edited by Nedu Korea. I am Precious Afolabi. And I say a very big thank you to Engineer Shegun for salvaging the situation right now. But don't forget that for sponsorship and advert placement, kindly contact the Sales and Marketing Office on 0912 929 4332 or 0907 722 7120. Up next is Diamond Breakfast Show, where we discuss and have in-depth analysis on some of the topical stories. And don't forget that you can also follow us by logging on to any of the Diamond FM online platforms on www.diamondfm.net or keep updated via social media pages. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
For up-to-date news reported across the globe, be rest assured you're on the right radio dial. Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, your shining supreme station.
See, wait, he's from our tribe, and we have the same religion, so we have to protect our own. Our tribe isn't corrupt. I beg you, leave now our Peking.
Wait, stop and think. Do you realize that the impact of corruption and careless decisions by that clansman or family member of yours doesn't know tribalism or nepotism? Let's hold everyone accountable for a better society and country. If you see something, say something to the right authorities.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
The major talking point in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, they want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can a government, how can you hold Indomine? I mean, this is intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice genuine democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Mondays to Friday on the DBS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people.
From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
course, as TGI have, and we say welcome and good morning to your last edition. This is DBS Show, Diamond Breakfast Show on Diamond 887 FM Ilorin with your main man, Precious Afolabi D. You know how we do it right here. This is where we get to talk about the topical issues, not only the trending issues. You know, we have retrospects of events that has happened in the past and which we can relate to, and we have a little tie into it, and this is the opportunity for us to have a talk on that. And definitely we bring in guest analysts to let's talk much on those issues or stories that we'll be talking about. And definitely we don't shut you out by engaging you as well, also listeners at home that really wants to make their opinion heard. And we draw up the phone lines, we bring you to the show. And sometimes we have the opportunity as well also to relate most of our issues also via telephone, Zoom, if we don't have the opportunity of bringing in our guest to the show. Of course, this is what we do right here in Diamond 887 FM Ilorin. In Nigeria, the proliferations of political parties, including the recent surge in applications for the new party registration, is driven by a combination of factors related to the country's political landscape and the desires of greater representation. More so, political parties play a crucial role in structuring the electoral, what we can call electoral choices, and providing voters with options. On that matter, we are going to talk about why do we have so many proposed political parties, and does it suit or help out democracy in Nigeria? And in another one, we will also be shedding light on the particular story, and a kind of story that will make you question everything from safety to power, privilege, and accountability on the Abuja airport incident involved Fuji musicians Wasiu Ayinde, Kwamwan, and Value Jet Airline has raised eyebrow for more than. This is really on social media everywhere. We've been gotten feedback, whether it's on the side of the officials or on the side of Wasiu Ayinde. We will be seeing where those navigations is actually popping into right now, which is raising a lot of questions as a celebrity, big celebrity that Wasiu is, and where is the moral? Where is the respect to authorities? Where is the respect to his name and Nigeria? A lot of questions is really coming out from that angle. So definitely we're going to discuss what really happened from that angle. And definitely the topic that is quite important as well, we don't need to shy away from, is the Sowore reportedly moved to an undisclosed location after police clash. Of course, we will be doing much and much on these ones. But before we get the show started properly, let's go for these advert placements. Then we'll pick it up from there. Good morning.
Start your day and have a good time. Kivo Krima. Where you need to have the break time. Kivo Krima. It's not tea or garita. Kivo Krima. Kivo Krima.
Yeah, good morning to us. Let us just pick it from the political angle this very morning. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has provided update on the registrations of the new political parties. Sam Olumeku, the National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voters Educations Committee, gave the update after the weekly meeting on the Commission on Thursday. As the INEC official reveals, since the fourth update released on 23rd July 2025, the Commission has received 8 more letters of intent from the association seeking registrations as political parties. And this brings the number received so far to 151, Olumeku said, and he added that the details of the latest request indicating the proposed names, acronyms, logos, addresses, and the interim leadership of the associations have been uploaded and on its website and all their online platform public information. And according to him, having created the portal for party registration, INEC has commenced the shortlistings of the association that meet the requirements to proceed to the application stage. Details will be released immediately after the 16 by-elections in 12 states scheduled for Saturday, 16th August 2025, the INEC official said. And of course, we'll be looking into these now. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu recently mentioned one thing, that politics is not really going to be interesting. And what should we call the dividend of democracy if we don't have opposition parties? And he said opposition parties really makes democracy to be strong, because it is a tiers of varieties. It is a tiers of options where the citizenry will be able to go for that party that they feel, okay, they deem it fit that this party is really going to represent the citizens well. And if we have dimensions of political parties, that is really going to strengthen democracy. And opposition parties, they are not going to rule it out. It's going to, it really makes party to be strengthened. And of course, we are going to talk about having the effect of multiple political parties. We are going to talk about does it really help democracy in Nigeria? We're still going to talk about that this very morning. But this we got to talk about it before our guest come into the show today. Is on the way. He just texted me, he's on the way. But if you have the opportunity to have him on this very first topic, we will be able to, okay, we can navigate through to other angles which we're going to be talking about this morning. But for you listening out there, let us see why do we have so many proposed political parties, and does it suitable for democracy in Nigeria? And opposition's party, what is the importance of opposition parties? We're going to talk about that. Let me open up the phone line 0913 655 6952 or 0913 655 6864. That is the number that you're going to partake on the show today. The second line is for the WhatsApp. You can drop your message there, 0913 655 6864. Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
God bless you.
Yes, sir.
This is Godwin from Black Jury.
You're welcome, Baba Godwin.
We're supposed to have opposition party checkmating them. If not so, it will be a one-way traffic government, which is very dangerous. And multiple, no multiple. It's fidelity. Most importantly, fidelity. Let's all rule ourselves with fidelity. Casting our vote, election, voters, etc. Fidelity. This is what we're supposed to base our things on. Not that there is 100 or this one. Fidelity, very important. And appealing, and saying even to our court, fidelity. This is what I always say this on this program. Multiple nobody do. We're supposed to have a opposition party It's dangerous if we don't have a political party.
All right.
President, God bless you.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution about Lajori. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And so is that my guest is on the way, and we have the privilege of having him on the show today. He texted me. Sometimes we have conflicts of what can I call it? Of time factor. Sometimes people really want to know my guest this morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Apologies. Came a little behind time. Just as you said, due to calls, and that was why. My name is Sowore.
And that is the beautiful voice of a colleague of ours right here that is the head of the news right here, Diamond FM Nigeria. And of course, we are going to be looking into these very particular parties. I know, just like what I said before you step into the show, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu made mention of one thing. He said he is not shutting out and he's not praying that there shouldn't be any opposition for his party. It means that it strengthens, democracy in Nigeria. And having 151 so far right now been recorded by INEC, what does that really mean? What does it mean to Nigerian democracy in Nigeria?
Well, it means that we are living up to what we call the multi-party system of government.
Okay.
That we practice by our constitution. But having a multi-party system of government does still not mean that we should have as much as what we are seeing. Yes, not every one of these parties will be registered because it has to go through several processes, and some of them will be screened out. But then you still expect that many parties will be on the ballot eventually, and that has happened before. We have had as much as 40, 50 parties, but at the end of the day, you'll see that only 3 parties are in government. Out of those 3, you might see 2 are actually being major contenders. The other one could be, just a regional party. So, and that has been the trend over time. Now, I do not oppose the multi-party system. It's even something I also want us to embrace. But I just want to look at, I think we should really look at the motive behind the registration of these political parties. Had we been seeing these parties representing at, let's say, the local level, you might not be able to contest at the center. You might not have a national coloration. You see some parties, probably carving out and existing, getting solidified within a catchment area. Take, for instance, Abga. Till today, we have set out Anambra State as Abga State. That is where they've been very, very strong. We also saw one of the lawmakers, was it on the platform of YPP also? Also winning an election from that place. At the time, we saw AMPP in the north. It was not as if they were not in the west, but they were not as strong. We saw CPC too, as well in the north. So these are possibilities, and that is the beauty of a multi-party system. You may now, at a particular level, if you realize that you don't have the national representation, decide to merge and form like a unity government with some other opposition parties so that you can fight like the ruling party. But in this case, it's not so. Because once the election goes, many of these parties fizzle out. You don't see them again. What is the motive behind their registration? For some, they are being registered by proxy, which means that some politicians are using those platforms as leverage. Some of them are just preparing that ground, hoping that if things does not work here, they'll probably jump to that side. Some other people are also, running these political parties just for political gains and financial gains. Because when election comes now, you will then go into negotiation with some big parties and say, okay, let us merge, let us give you our own, let us collapse our structure for you.
Okay.
And so maybe for some political gains and all that. And at the end of the day, you won't see those parties again.
All right. Before you proceed, I want to come to one point. Nigeria, people will say that politics, it's a serious business, and at the same time, it is a lucrative business. Just like they will say, what is the stance of INEC when it comes to a party or an individual has come out now to register the party? After registrations, other due process will be followed. Why can't we have the due process to be followed before registration? There should be a sort of knowledge before they go into it, because you mentioned some things that some parties know that they are not standing. They are not going to have a place at all. But what they will do at the end of the day is to merge with another party. Why that process like that? What is, the stance of the INEC when it comes to these schemes that is coming from the part of individuals or group of people?
The way we are structured in Nigeria, is not a well-structured nation. And so it is difficult for you to really trace out who among these political parties actually meet up with the guidelines.
Even before
registration.
For
instance, yes. Take for instance, you are expected to, have an office in maybe the capital cities and some other places.
Even the money to
even
get
INEC
the
INEC itself has said that some of them, they discovered that the address they dropped is at the cemetery or the motor park or something.
And why?
The address they dropped which means that the offices do not exist. Now you imagine you trying to trace about offices for 150 political parties in a state. Look at the cost. Then you move to Oyo and check the same thing. You move to Oshun, Mondo, and check the same thing. So the processes are different. I have also seen where they actually did a makeshift office, and after INEC might have done their own verification, is all gone. They don't go back there again. So the structure that we still have in place is not making that work. Yes, it is a good thing, but are we really making it work? I would have loved that if after the 2023 election, you look at the number of political parties that had representation at the National Assembly. We had, apart from the APC, the PDP, you had the Labour Party also winning big. You have the NNPP from the north. You have the SDP from Kogi and some other places. You have before his loss, and several others like that representing political parties. Now go and check the figures now. Most of them who should have solidified those political parties with their membership and with their political status, haven't won a particular seat, have moved to the big parties. So again, we are back to square one, which means those parties can no longer stand. ADC will probably we are hearing about them now because of the big wigs, the political big wigs who decided to use that as a vehicle to move their opposition coalition. So that is the situation. It is expensive to even run a political party.
All right.
And so if you look at it, many of them cannot, really foot that bill. So we need to really check this. If indeed we as a people are not deceiving ourselves.
All right, thank you very much for that contribution. Let's see, let's just open up the phone lines right now. But I think we need to go for this advert placement. After this advert placement, I will be able to welcome some calls and read up our messages from the WhatsApp. We'll be right back. DBS Show.
Oya lay down, orí fífọ́ lay down, ara ríro lay down, òtútù ibà lay down. For fast relief of cold pain, fever and headache. Kara ole koko.
ẹ sọ fún ẹ̀fọ́rí òtútù yìí bàtàrà ríro kí wọ́n kán lùgbọ́ one time. kára ó lè ti dé o àgbáwọlé ní sẹ́ni àkàwọlé ń tèrè kan koríko tèrè bá ti tẹ òtún gbérí mọ́ dìde kára ó lè lúbúlúbú funfun pẹ̀yìn ìrúkù sarajọ mẹ́ra yágágá àjàká kò tí sọkọ fún ẹ̀fọ́rí òtútù yìí bàtàrà yìí kàṣàkàṣà knockout agbára ju agbára lọ dìde kára ó lè jagunlabi olùgbòǹgbò gàjàtọ̀ ara jàtọ̀ kìtìlẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ìlúrakẹ́ ẹgbà to yield pharmaceutical industries limited àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi kápò oògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe bára rẹ ò bá yá lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ mẹ́ta má ṣàfihàn o kàn sí dókítà rẹ.
Kickstart Academy was founded many years ago with the mission of providing young individuals with a sound education and moral values rooted in truth of God's word. Today, the school has produced outstanding individuals who are excelling in their respective fields. Kickstart Academy takes pride in its modern education facilities, serene environment, and team of qualified and professional teachers who facilitate an effortless learning process. Enrollment is now open. Register your child today and give them access to a wide range of excelling programs, including coding and robotics, French language classes, music lessons, and many more. Don't miss out on this opportunity to give your child a head start in their educational journey. Register now. Watch them excel. The school is situated at Irewolede, New Yidi Road, opposite Diamond Park, behind New Summit, Ilorin, Kwara State. For inquiry, please call 081 09 79 0845 081 09 79 0845 or connect the school Kickstart Primary School at gmail.com. Kickstart Academy, mold the young leaders onto honor.
Chai, my head oh. Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? Eh? My village people don't come again oh. This one with your body hot so, you don't do test? Yes, see result oh. Oga landlord, no be your village people oh. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Hey, thank you, Oga Luta. I don't can't pay. Luta, brand of Artemeta and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
Hello there. Looking for fun, laughter, entertainment, dance, trend, want to mingle or connect, some relaxation, and many more? Search no further. Diamond Amusement Park, located at Plot 2 New Yidi Road, Ilorin, is where you get those. We've got pendulum, carousels, rocket launcher, roller coaster, Oculus Quest, swimming pool, table tennis, bumper car, swing, seesaw, horse merry-go-round, slides, lawn tennis, video games PS4, piggy cart, to mention few. Feel the adrenaline rush as I list our games. Want to celebrate your child's birthday, graduation, reunion, get together, or want to surprise your friend, partner, or family? Come visit Diamond Amusement Park today and you'll be glad you did. Refreshment is available at affordable rate. Gate fee is 500 naira. For further inquiry, call 080-2677-3152 or visit Plot 2 New Yidi Road, Ilorin. Diamond Amusement Park, truly home of unlimited fun.
Welcome to DBS show right here on Diamond 887 FM. And of course, I know that it's Friday and definitely we have issues we're looking into. The 151 registers political parties so far by INEC. This is what we're talking about right now. Let me open up the phone line to get your view. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma. Good morning.
Happy New Day.
Happy
Good
New Day.
to the guests and everyone.
Yeah.
Thank God for Friday. This Professor Sayodele from airport. You know, we don't need more political parties. It's wasting of time. Only the opposition party is there just to be gear up the ruling party. You know, the ruling party now is strong than any other party we have in this nation now. So you don't need that they are registering many political parties. You know, when the election is over, We don't hear anything from them again. So the INEC need not to be registering more parties again. We don't need it. What we need in this nation is the good judgment, love, mercy, and we should join hands together for the present president to achieve his goal. This is what we need now, not many political parties. It's wasting of funds and time for INEC. So this is my own contribution. We should please concentrate on the ruling party to have the success so that all this what we have been facing in the nation, hunger, insecurity, a non-job for the youth, all will be done. So this is what we need and not plenty parties again. This is my own contribution.
All right.
Well done.
All right, thank you. I saw your types, on the WhatsApp. It's good that you really call in as well. For those people that really want to participate on the show, you can call or you can send your text also via the WhatsApp. If you could want to call, that is 0913-655-69520. Your line to come into the show. Good morning. All right, let's see if we can pick another call. Then we call it a wrap on that very first one we have, because we have a lot to handle this very morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Your name, where you calling from, sir?
It's a fella calling in from Munyan.
All right, let's have you.
Thank you. The issue of the multi-party system is wrong. We are not having somewhere to go. If we are thinking of that multi-party system, we go. I don't know whether some people are behind sponsoring people to go and register for parties so that it's split vote. That's number one.
All right.
Number two is a plenty work for INEC. Data stealing is not something easy. So how would INEC pay those data when it comes to election? Later on, I choose INEC of failure. So it's not good. We only need only 5 parties if we are saying we are going to practice multi-party system.
All right.
5 parties is long.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I love that quick one. Moving up to the WhatsApp, we have someone saying that multi-party system is a way to go for me, but the numbers we having right now is quite outrageous because many of these parties don't have the buoyancy to thrive afterwards. And at the end of the day, for me, they are causing more problems in our electoral system because most of these parties don't have a bright future for us. I said the youth made from... Okay. Egbejila, good morning, Mr. D. Thank you for having you. Let's pick this call too. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Mr. SB Azege from Diamond.
All right, let me have you, sir, quick.
Please, I just want to advise the INEC.
Okay.
Those parties that have not got a councillor, House of Assembly, National Assembly candidate, they should be shamed. Let the INEC cancel them so that we have 1 or 2 or 3 parties. It's a waste of money to register so many parties that are unable to survive.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's go for this very quick one this morning.
This will be brought to book. As we speak, the passenger is going to be blacklisted for the next 6 months of flying in Nigeria. Aviation rules are made for everybody, for the protection of everybody. There's nothing about the rules, and these rules are global. There's nothing about the rules that is to antagonize any passenger. So even for the passenger's own sake, if you watch those videos, does it speak well of the passenger or the pilot? So we will do everything we can to get to the root of it, and according to him, he must drink water regularly because of a medical condition. The question is, could he not have been offered water on board the aircraft by the cabin crew? These things are simple. Another question we want to ask ourselves as Nigerians is, will this passenger have disobeyed this law, say at Heathrow Airport in the UK or anywhere else outside of Nigeria for that matter? Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you know him very well, is a respecter of the law. And so is the Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo. Both of them submit themselves to every security check at every airport everywhere in the world. No other Nigerian
With that, I know that a lot of people will know the angle which I'm going, and that was the voice of Michael Achimogu, that is the Director of Public Affairs at NCCA. NCCA stops Fuji stars Kwam 1, the ultimate flying for 6 months. And the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has said popular Fuji musicians Wasiu Ayinde, also known as Kwasman, the ultimate, will be blacklisted from flying within Nigeria for 6 months over alleged misconduct at the domestic terminal of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. The Director of Public Affairs and Consumers Protections at the NCAA, Michael Mogu, disclosed this on Thursday during a press briefing. What I must assure that general public is that everybody involved in this will be brought to book. As we speak, the passengers is going to be blacklisted for the next 6 months flying in Nigeria, as he said that. We've seen a lot of videos, popping everywhere about this popular musician and the particular tarmac in Abuja. And of course, people are saying a lot of things. I don't want to talk about the unidentified liquid. I don't want to talk about that. But I just want to talk about the habit of Kwam 1 at what we saw. A lot of angles of pictures were coming from that very place. But what really happened, some Nigerians did not know. And the actions that have been taken, some Nigerians have not known till now. But to that story, so far, what have you heard on the story so far?
Well, we still must talk about the content.
Okay.
Because under normal circumstances, it is not new to aviation rules. And you know that they do not really allow a liquid as such.
In fact, any substance, whatever it is.
There's a particular limit, and there will be, cogent reason for traveling with that. Having said that, if perhaps you now have such, and they have approached you to probably do their own job, that is their work. If that person had failed in that responsibility, the person would probably have been suspended or sacked. So when people are at their duty post and you probably disregard them, then you have also broken the rules, because it is just courteous of you and it's civil of you to follow due process. And it's unfortunate that even happened, especially to a revered citizen like him. These are like figures, and if you look at the Fuji world, with respect to those who probably are the popular people who listen to Fuji, if you go to probably the park or their very choice of music will be like Fuji, and so you tend to use figures like Pasuma, like Oshupa, like Kwam 1 as role models for those people. So when they act, those who are, who gravitate towards them, who love them, will probably act the way they do. And so that was quite, an awful one from him. Yes, I agree that those who flew the aircraft might be suspended. And I'm saying that because you might look at were they at fault or not. If you say they were not at fault, yes, they did their own job. And it is good that they stood their ground by saying that no matter who you are, if you don't follow our rules, we cannot allow you into the aircraft. Now, the security people were also there to probably usher him out and see how they can resolve the issue.
As part of security, I have my reservations for that.
Yes,
I do have my reservations.
Now, if as he has now dropped, you have done your own bit, you still cannot move and put the life of the man at risk. I've seen some other longer videos, and I saw that the captain actually, flew, he moved forward, then he dived a bit to one side just to avoid him, but the man still made his way to confront him. Now, which shows that it was really intentional and it was against the law. If you check the criminal code, there's a part of it which says that if you, stand in the way of the aircraft, I think it's like 2 years or thereabout imprisonment. And I really hope that we follow up. The problem we have here, and what gave him that attitude, that effrontery, was that some animals are more equal than the other in Nigeria.
All right. I'm coming to the experts. The time is really, really eating us deep right now, and we have a lot to talk about. But let's go for this advertisement, then we'll pick it from there. Please, we'll be right back.
I'm in love, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stir? Dishes come alive with so much taste. Sonia tomato mix, of course. Sonia tomato mix, yes sir. Sonia tomato mix, stand up pouch.
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
So much in love.
All right, so welcome back to your show right now. This is a Diamond Breakfast Show on Diamond 887 FM. It's with Precious Afolabi and my guest, and also a senior colleague, that is Taiwo Kiemi, and we're doing it together. And of course, we're talking about the story that asks a lot of questions, from safety, power, privilege, accountability, and Abuja incidental involved musician Kwam Wan and a Value Jet airline, which raised a lot of concerns. I was coming to that. Let's just have this matter on 3 minutes before we open up the phone lines. Then we move to the last one. Very, very tempting. We need to move to the last one. People are saying that what Kwam Wan did is a serious business. We do not know. If you try it in any of these outside countries, especially Brazil and France, they would tag you to be a terrorist. I was talking about the security. I think that matter shouldn't have escalated for him getting in front of a plane. We have barricades in which you're going to cross. How did you manage to 2 to 3 barricades, you cross, then there you get to the front of. So what is happening with the security? Can they bundle him out of that before it gets to that level? And Wasil, people will be looking at him. You are a figure. And he mentioned one thing which people are saying that, do you know me syndrome? I think it's eating our celebrities in this country.
Definitely. I said it earlier that some animals, like George Orwell said, are more equal than the other. And so there are stages you get to in the airport. And so he should have been stopped earlier. Before he even, got access to even approach the aircraft or the terminal way. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So if you want to investigate this case, you don't investigate what happened at that spot. You need to start checking from the back. Now, if you also look at when they got to that very point, I was expecting that the security guys, no matter whose ox was God, would have done their job. Having seen that this man was, obstructing a moving jet. If something else had happened, imagine what we'll be saying now. Would they still also be walking freely on the road? So if you had to bundle him, you bundle him. At a particular stage, there's chances for force. You can, exert some force.
Line of your duty.
At that stage, it was getting there. Because no sane person would do what he did, especially someone at the age of 68. And I will say that you probably need to also check the fact that he sings beautiful songs and all that, or is a traditional healer from Jebu land or does not mean that he's in the right frame of mind. This is not the first time such is happening. But if you have to do things, you know that you are even that's also putting the life of those who were on that aircraft at risk, and lives could have been lost. So it's quite unfortunate. Ganusi aircraft. Do you understand? That was quite and condescending.
Hello. All right. Hello. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Abadita You see, on the issue of Kwawam, a man's character makes or mar him.
Yeah, right.
And when you have this syndrome of, do you know who I am? Then you are an empty person. You are nobody. So I say who has been known to be proud, to be a proud person. Look at what he said to Maula sometimes ago on the issue of Ganusi. How can somebody of that magnitude do what he has done and if it's a tout in a mole in Lagos who is trying to catch up with a mole? You see, proper evidence will be done. And you see, another thing is that people have been saying the content of that substance has not been verified. The liquid substance, either it is liquid, but some people say it is liquid. Even though if people are saying it is liquid, you can believe it because somebody who is with his right sense will not have done what he did at that place. How can you have the effrontery to go in front of an aircraft and say you want to stop an aircraft from moving? That is number one. Then secondly, the captain should not have been suspended because at the point the captain was no longer seen on the radar of the aircraft. That's why the captain moved. No. And he has even delayed. And this delay that has happened, other passengers can even come and say they want to sue the airline for delaying them. Right. Then an holistic investigation will be carried out from the time he was set to enter from the beginning of the check. How did he come in with that substance? Because everybody knows that in the airport there are certain things you cannot come in with liquid, which is what he has carried. Yeah, so he has really disgraced Nigeria and disgraced the entire world. All right. Yes, and the side too, and the title holder in the Ebola. All right. How can he have done such?
All right. Thank you for your contribution. Time is not really. It's not really. Yeah.
They need to also be penalized. You cannot prioritize the trip of some people over the life of one or two other people.
All right, we're still going to join. It's unfortunate at the time it's not really on our side. Let's have this quick before we say our buys on the show. Then we just pick everything together.
Is a statement of fact, and this is the third time the police authority will be this cruel on Omoyele Sowore. There was a time an officer, Altini, shot at him on his lap, and it called for a great concern. And then there was another attack on him whereby police officers broke his nose. The marks are still on his nose. And then this is the third attack on his personality. We walked into the FCID as at yesterday, asking him questions, and he answered us to the best of his knowledge. But unfortunately, we were asked to return today, and only for us to get to the facility, and we heard that he has been transferred to where we don't know. And Omoyele Sowore was brutalized. He has a broken arm right now. I think the evidence of that is in the public domain. We have published that already. You can see the bandage, his bandaged arm. And we're asking all Nigerians to begin to ask questions. What is the offense of this young man? This is a man who has laid down his life for Nigerians in diverse ways. The democracy we enjoy today, those who are beneficiary of it today, were under their beds.
Of course, that voice you just listened to was the secretary of AAC, that is Ashok Phillips, on the matter. Tension arises, Sowore reportedly moved to undisclosed location after police clash. Human rights activist and the former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore is at the center of the mountain concern after reportedly been relocated to the police to an unknown locations following a confrontation that allegedly left him injured while in custody. And of course, we've heard a lot that Omoyele Sowore actually got an invitation, and he actually obeyed the invitation. And but at the end of the day, reverses the case, and what we're listening right now to what could actually cause his arm to be broken. Some people are saying that it was an alleged struggle with the police officials, and a lot is actually coming. If we have a time, I would have loved to listen to the barrister to Sowore, but it's unfortunate, and people are saying that Sowore actually is an activist. Definitely, that maybe these are the things that activists will get involved with in so many times.
Definitely, but there's what we call extreme. extremity. When that happens, the law enforcement agents will probably hide under that to say this is why we had to exert force at a particular moment. Now this case is someone who is actually a motive. There are motives to say they'll probably look out for him because it's harder and face off with them every now and then. So if you create opportunities for them to probably handle you or in a crazy way, then that is a possibility. Remember the charge by the Adeyanju to Very Dark Man. When he said, you really need to watch it because there are some people are really after you. And so if you play into their hands, you probably give them the opportunity to maltreat you. And I think you can actually, relate it to this one. It's like when we were young, your parents can really go angry and beat you mercilessly. After beating you, they will be the one to
say
call
sorry
you
to
and
you.
rub your body and do all that. And this is a situation. After doing all this, they will still be the ones to come back and give him the proper treatment. But it's unfortunate who suffers that pain.
All right, thank you very much for that contribution. I really appreciate you having a really touch on that. But let's open up the phone lines. If you can have a 30 seconds, I will be so glad. If we can have a 30 seconds, I'll be glad, sir. Oh, thank you very much. I do really appreciate your time factor. So beautiful. Of course, the time is really fast spent. Okay, I think I'm tempted to pick this. No, I can't. Please, I want to say my sincere apologies to you people. I do respect you a lot and I place on a high level for you calling on the